Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Pro Basketball Association. If you want pro, you want the PBA.
From the upper Northwest, we get ready for a Northwestern Division matchup of the Western Conference of the Pro Basketball Association by 1891 as the Bellevue Strategy and the Seattle Reign match up here this evening. Hi, everybody. Greg Allen with you as Triangle Media brings you coverage of the Pro Basketball Association. We're past the midway point of the season, but still not a lot of games played for both the Strategy and the Reign. Strategy trying to go above 500 with a mark of 2-2, while the Seattle Reign come in 1-2, but that one game, their most recent one, coming off a 189 victory over the Base Hill Bullies. Ready to get this one underway from the Kent Commons in Kent, Washington. I feel I've been here a handful of times more recently, seen both these ball clubs, albeit not against each other, as we get ready to go tonight. Strategy in the black, the Reign in the sort of gray uniforms with those white numerals that are hard to read. We'll deal with that as we go along. And the ball in the air and controlled by the Bellevue Strategy. One of the more sort of original nicknames, I will say. We talked about that the last time I had a Bellevue Strategy matchup. I love the moniker. It's very outside the box. The Seattle Reign with their opening offensive possession. We're just underway, and a scoop shot inside. That's missed. The putback won't go either from Lavelle Smith, and the rebound gets knocked out of bounds. Bellevue Strategy, they have bookended their season out of 4 games with wins. Losses in between to the Base Hill Bullies and the PNW Vets. Their only 2 wins this season have come against the Bullies, who they've played 3 times. This is the first matchup between these 2 ball clubs here this season in the Evergreen State. On the sideline, this is Seattle with it. Looking for the opening points. Coming across the lane, Lavelle Smith. Got it into the corner to Damian Fulp. We'll talk about him as we go along. Here's a forced 3 left wing and banked home by Smith as he connects to make it Seattle on top 3-0. Chris Griffin the other way for the Bellevue Strategy. Out of the corner. Back to the point now to Griffin. He'll fall down coming across the lane. Strategy down low. Good ball movement in this possession, but what will they get out of it? They kick it across and then back up to the point. Griffin thought about the 3, and before we get one that's launched by Garrett Moon, we get a whistle and a stoppage. I would assume Seattle ball, although the officials talking about it with Fulp there. I saw the Seattle Reign up almost about 3 weeks ago against those PNW Vets. Game they lost 103-94. Garrett Moon at the free throw line after a technical. Moon at 6'5", puts the Strategy on the board, trailing 3-1. So they'll maintain the possession with Chris Griffin. The Paducah, Kentucky product. Gonna put it on the deck. Give it back out for a Chris Carter jumper that doesn't fall. Rebounded by Smith. Bumped up the sideline, nothing called. Smith gonna take it all the way to the cup. The scoop shot that he'll flip home. Lavelle Smith with a creative move to make it 5-1 Seattle. Strategy. Down low to the post. Griffin active early tonight. He'll score there. And it's a 5-3 affair. Here's Damian Fulp. And his pass to the sideline looked rather innocent, but not able to be handled and out of bounds. We're in Kent, Washington tonight. A lot of news being made ever since the month and the calendar turned to August. We'll get into that as we go along. Still active on the offensive end. Griffin no good. The putback though by Deidre Miller Baker. And he's capable of a breakout game. Tying things at 5 here. Deidre Miller Baker had a nice contest the last time and only time I saw the Strategy against the Base Hill Bullies. Fulp on the move, cutting into the paint. deals it back out for a long three ball that's no good. Rebound one and done, grabbed by Chris Griffin. His outlet tipped out of bounds at a corner. And we'll see if they give this to. It'll be strategy basketball at the inbound. Moon, Griffin, three, no. Seattle will bring it ahead. Not much left in this regular season. Top of the arc, three off the mark. Rebounded by Bellevue. Kari Faison going to cut into the paint, missed that runner. And Philip Davis brings it down and gives it off to Lavelle Smith, and he's pressured on the sideline by Miller Baker. Got into the lane, lost the handle on the ball, able to get it back, and Smith thought about the three, measured it, gave it off instead to Fulp. Now both teams moving the ball well here in the early going. Fulp with a fadeaway moving three, no good, and the rebound knocked to the end line, and it'll belong to the strategy. Well, the matchup I had against the PNW Vets back on July 14th for Seattle, that was a rough matchup as far as getting any kind of traction going. Miller Baker connects inside for the strategy, and they're on top. First quarter action here from Kent, Washington. Glad you're with us. Smith, deep triple, no good. And the rebound, Bellevue's got it. Tip ball near the timeline, and Seattle ends up back with it. Could have caught a travel there. Instead, we get a little shifty kiss off the window at a bucket. That'll go to make it a 7-all contest. The strategy with the left hand inside from Griffin, no good. Rebound volleyed around. Fulp ends up with it amongst traffic, including Griffin. Beats him down floor. Damian Fulp going to go all the way to the other end, length of the floor. Missed it, thought he got fouled. No call there. Philip Davis looking for rebound, picked off instead by Curtis Carter. He'll give it to a cutter, and that layup is going to go. We're going to count that basket, and a foul coming up for the strategy. It looked like Garrett Moon with the field goal. It is, and Bellevue in front 9-7. To the free throw line for the San Francisco Californian. Out of Eastern Washington University, Garrett Moon. He's had pretty nice matchups in the three meetings against Base Hill. He's got four here in the early going, and the strategy lead 10-7. Now Bellevue's played just 4 games this year, 3 against Base Hill. And Moon has gone for 21, 12, and 8 in the point column in those 3 games. Seattle on the sideline, Smith. He can't take it all the way down the lane. Instead, a turnover is going to end up 2 points the other way for Bellevue. And a 12-7 advantage. Smith going to try it again. The take to the basket, no. And on the end line this time, Bellevue ends up with it. Curtis Carter had that last basket. Miller Baker couldn't finish, but the putback is good. Chris Griffin has had a really active first quarter, and he's been solid. Chris Griffin's got 4 and has Bellevue in front. They've got Seattle doubled up at 14-7. Lavelle Smith on a high screen, looking right wing. Goes the other way on that same screen. There's a 3 ball, that's knocked down. That's a big shot early on for Seattle. 14-10 we sit. The Seattle Reign, R-E-I-G-N. Not spelled like the weather precipitation. Here's Moon down the lane. Couldn't get it to go off glass. Fulp will bring it ahead. Speeds up the floor. Give it off to Lavelle Smith. He'll go through traffic. Boy, Smith has just been hard to the rack almost every time he gets the basketball. Lots of contact, and he spent a lot of time on the deck. This time he'll go to the line for a couple. Lavelle Smith, he went for 12 in that matchup with the PMW Vets. Had 21 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, and 6 steals in a matchup earlier against the Base Hill Bullies, the first meeting. He's at the line here. Now the PBA announcing a merger and naming rights at the beginning of this month, just 3 days ago on the 1st of August. Second one for Smith. He'll connect on one of two. He's got half a dozen. And he makes it a 14-11 contest. Seattle down by 3. Stop and go move by Chris Griffin. Looking up top. Gonna keep it, take it, miss it. Rebound out of Seattle. Amici Wells had that one. He's got the ball here and a step up just inside the three-point line. It couldn't connect. Fulp could have been called for coming over the back, and I believe he did. Yep, Damian Fulp with that foul. Still first quarter here from the Kent Commons. The PBA now to be called the PBA by 1891. That was the arrangement. The merger and naming right agreement 3 days ago between these two products. Here's a corner three for Bellevue, and it's 17-11, a 6-point margin. Fulp going to take it baseline, peel it back out. Inside, Fulp trying to find a teammate. Down on the right doorstep, a turnaround jumper is going to go. And it makes it 17-14. Curtis Carter. Rocket pass underneath, and he tried to get it to Malik Townsend, and he couldn't handle it, and it's out of bounds. Looks like maybe off Seattle. Another defensive technical issue. Curtis Carter to the line will shoot this one. Yeah, so the PBA by 1891. That's the official name now of the entity formerly known as the Pro Basketball Association. Carter good at the line. 18 for the strategy, 14 for the Reign. And the league also announcing in the last couple of days a couple of new franchises awarded for play coming up. Faison with a miss. Rebound to Seattle. Lavelle Smith. A little dipsy doodle up and under move. No, track down his own rebound. Trying to maintain possession for Seattle. He did, or did he? And we get a late whistle that's going to say that Smith was not successful in those efforts. And so late first quarter, it is a 4-point lead. Bringing it back down floor, the Bellevue strategy. Chris Griffin. Looking left wing. Tried a little pass inside, deflected and knocked away. Seattle quickly the other way. Nobody there to drop that pass off to, but Smith rescued the ball, put it on rim, again got whacked, and again will go to the line. Lavelle Smith, has been pretty much in the mix of everything offensively for Seattle, and at the other end, Chris Griffin has done a really good job for Bellevue. See what Smith can do here on this trip. Saw the strategy in one of those matchups with the Bullies. Chris Griffin had 10 points in the most recent contest. Winding down the first quarter here from the Kent Commons. Got everybody situated here. Smith good on the second. So the strategy, trying to take that minimal lead all the way to quarter's end. They go inside to Townsend. Nice matchup there of bigs. Pulls it back out, tries to put it back on the deck and move on his own from 15. He's short, no good. Rebound down to Seattle. Who else? Lavelle Smith. 3 from Smith. This is big, and he got it. Lavelle Smith from perimeter. And Griffin the other way for the strategy. Almost threw it behind Townsend. Ran over a man with an offensive foul called, and all of a sudden Seattle on a couple of big hoops by Lavelle Smith, and now a defensive stand. Get the basketball back at an offensive foul called against the strategy. So Fulp out. And Smith the other way. Wants 3 more this time, and got him again. Back-to-back from perimeter from Lavelle Smith. He has been the man of the hour here in the first quarter for Seattle. Nice alley-oop lob pass. They couldn't connect. And no points go on the board that time for the strategy. Rebounded by Seattle. And the outlet comes up floor. Pulling the China shop down the lane that time, but a basket goes and counts. And it's 24 now for Seattle. Curtis Carter, no dice on that shot. Smith with a stop and go, then around the back, showing the entire arsenal. Smith, the keep to the basket, 2 more. Lavelle Smith, a 14-point first quarter, and it's 26 for Seattle as they have gone on a huge tear. They trailed 17-11, and they're on a 15-1 run. And the ball back on another offensive foul against the strategy. Well, this is the way you close a quarter. And Seattle has played brilliantly here in the latter stages of period 1. Fulp back on the floor and back with the rock against Curtis Carter. Lob sideline left. 3 ball. Challenge, no, not going to count. He was out of bounds before he let it go. How about this first period for the Seattle Reign? Trying to get to 2-2. They lost their opening 2 games of the season to the Base Hill Bullies and the PNW Vets. Came back with an 11-point win against the Bullies for their first dub. And here's inside Griffin getting banged around and connecting. Good basket there in Fulp. Gonna have to chuck that 3. That one's off the mark, no good. And the strategy bring down the rebound.
Whoa, personal foul.
What the feezy?
You can't use a beard trimmer below the 50-yard line. This is the waterproof lawnmower 4.0 by Manscaped.
What's the difference?
It's got new skin-safe technology to help reduce cuts and nicks. It's powerful, yet gentle, just like me.
Dog, I appreciate you. Boop. Hey, watch out. I'm not ticklish. Get yours at manscaped.com.
Second quarter commences. A good first one for the Seattle Reign. Fulp finds room, right of the paint, flipped it up, no. Rebound tipped up in the air, grabbed by the strategy. This is Garrett Moon on the run. He'll go length of the floor, put it up left-handed, no good, too strong off window. Now both teams very athletic as we open up the second period. And we'll get a foul called on that take to the basket. So free throws for Seattle. 2 days ago, the newly renamed PBA by 1891, announcing a new team in Waco, Texas. They're called the Waco Terror. In the corner, a little around the back nifty pass strategy. They try to go inside. They eventually do. Turnaround jumper, tough one, but a foul called on free throws coming up for the strategy. So 2 days ago, they award a team to Waco, Texas. Just today, they awarded another team to a group out of Wilmington, North Carolina, to be called the Carolina Cosmos. So some new franchises to debut shortly. Malik Townsend we find at the free throw line. One more for him. Missing the second. Rashawn Cole with the rebound. And we get a travel called against Seattle. Well, the Reign closed the first quarter in an absolute flurry. And trailed at one juncture by 6 at 17-11 and led at one point late by 8, 26-18. Up top, lob pass inside Deidre and Miller-Baker. Into the corner, Townsend again with contact. Now letting that one go, he'll count the hoop. So Malik Townsend with a basket. And Bellevue trying to hang in there. We're in the second period from the Kent Commons in the Evergreen State, right near the Emerald City of Seattle. Here's Moon. Couldn't connect. Miller-Baker trying to find the handle on it. Eventually did. And they'll reset the possession for the Bellevue strategy. Well, between the legs dribble a couple of times. Miller-Baker, sideline right now. Pull up, baby fade away from 15, no good. Philip Davis rebounds, quick outlet. Here comes Seattle on the offensive end of things. Pull-up shot, that's blocked, but Fulp had a crack at it, couldn't find a handle, and ended up going out of bounds. And so the Seattle Reign will play a little defense here. Left sideline, Bellevue. Coming out of the corner hard. Moon up top. Thinking about a long jumper. They'll pass on that. Both teams have moved the basketball fairly well. Miller-Baker with a tough ask. Couldn't connect. Nearly ran over the rebounder, Lavelle Smith. He was the story of the first quarter. Here's Fulp on a pull-up jumper. That's good. We saw Damian Fulp the last time we saw the Seattle Reign. He is a smooth kind of player. He's out of Kodiak, Alaska. Moon, that shot had to be blocked, right? Nope, they're just going to say he missed that shot that badly that untouched, it went behind the window. Fulp into the offensive half court. Fumbling the basketball, eventually regathers. Now just blows by his defender. Lost the basketball again on the right block. That was a not a very pretty possession for Seattle that time. Fumbled it a couple of times. It's probably apropos. It ends up at a travel. And strategy will have it back to inbound on the sideline. Triangle Media by 1891. Greg Allen bringing you coverage tonight from Kent, Washington. You see the score there, 30-22. Deidre and Miller-Baker. Kari Faison back to Miller-Baker. Well, contact on perimeter that time, trying to slip between a double team. Chris Davis, no, it's Garrett Moon, beg your pardon, out of the corner. The Rockets a pass to the foul line. Back to Moon, open from three, let it go. Wide right, no good. Rebound tipped off glass, grabbed by Fulp. Here come the Reign. Lob sideline left. Boy, a lot of steps on that trip. No travel called. Shot no good, the ball out of bounds. And it goes back possession to the strategy. I talked about this last time that we had a Bellevue game. That strategy moniker, it's a very outside-the-box, abstract sort of nickname. We sort of used the Miami Heat as an example last time. It's of that ilk. I like it. It's different. I think it's pretty well thought out, and I think the logo is fantastic. The chess pieces, it's really well done. Whoever came up with that branding concept did a really good job. Turnover by the strategy. Reign can't convert on the offensive end. The putback, though, is good. And it's a 10-point lead here for Seattle, 32-22. Bellevue better figure it out offensively. That three will help to make it a 7-point game, 32-25. Here's Fulp the other way in a hurry. Fulp's been a hard time with the possessions recently. Eventually got that one to a teammate. Better get out of the paint. Does. Fulp three, right side, no, empty. Offensive rebound, though, in a 7-point game. Back to the top of the circle against Moon. Ball fake, got him in the air. Trying to go past him, now right into traffic. Down low again in the lane, no good on the shot. Offensive rebound, though. The Reign still trying to put it in the cylinder, can't. And the Bellevue strategy, dig it out, come the other way. Missed that three. Oh, there's a blatant push in the back. and they're going to call that push, and albeit a bit tardy. Strategy will reclaim possession. Interested to see some of these new ball clubs whenever they make their debut, likely next year. This league only in its second season. Here's Griffin. Head of the circle with it, directing traffic. On the move, back to Miller Baker. He'll hoist and he'll miss he did eventually miss the three-point shot. Number of rims and out. Seattle. You got a team out of Carolina and Waco, Texas. So the PBA is coming to those two cities. Nice little touch on that baseline jump shot. And it goes to now a 9-point advantage for Seattle and a takeaway by Lavelle Smith. A contested three and got it. Falling down out of bounds, maybe fouled. Nothing called, but nothing but net for Lavelle Smith. A 17-point first half explosion. Faisal with a couple of misses inside, and here comes Seattle again in the open floor. Around the back with a dribble. Smith has got to get a touch, right? He's directing traffic, pointing with the right hand. Down the lane, the ball handle, flip it up, it'll spin off, no good. And the ball ends up out of bounds, or did it? No, it stayed in place. Seattle hooks a shot off window and goes in. And that will make it now 39-25. Well, Seattle has just been more physical than the Bellevue strategy. And first to a lot of those sort of 50-50 balls, right? Those loose basketballs that you have to sort of scramble for. Wells will bring it ahead. With Fulp out of the ball game, the point guard duties go to Wells, and he'll cradle and keep and take it all the way to the basket and score. And look out, but Seattle, a big foothold in this one, 41-25 the advantage. Bellevue getting themselves in a mess here. Javonte Jones in the contest underneath will get points down low, and it's 41-27. The Reign have built a nice, sizable lead by pouring it in from deep. Shots just like that didn't go, but again, there's a 50-50 ball. They gain the extra possession. They look for points on the perimeter this time from three. That one's short, no good. Another offensive tip. They can't control it. Dug out by Jones, and the strategy to get it back. But that kind of sequence right there is how the Reign have built this sizable lead. Kick out left wing, line drive, three out of the corner. Boy, Curtis Carter nails it. Trims it to 11. And a dump off pass up top to Wells. Fake one-way go around Carter. Wells all the way to cup, got whacked. And he'll go to the free throw line. You've seen, since we mentioned it, the last couple of possessions, first to loose balls, those sort of hustle plays that folks in basketball like to talk about. Seattle has won a lot of those battles, and that's why they're ahead in this game. Just 1-2 on the season. Javonte Jones in the last game against the Base Hill Bullies for Bellevue had a nice night. There's another loose basketball putback on the missed free throw by the shooter. Oh, that's kind of the basketball cardinal sin, right? And then to make matters worse, he'll finish and get fouled and can make it a 4-point trip. Wow. And does. You get the free throw, the miss, the bucket, and another free throw, and it's 45-30. Tipped up in the air again. Reign end up with another basketball, and this one right down the paint. They'll miss the easiest shot they'll have all night of the dunk attempt that didn't fall. Oh, just great hustle and aggressiveness by Seattle tonight. And that three, as you can see at the guide wire, topped the basket, so that'll be the end of that trip. I like what the Seattle Reign have done tonight. Up 15. (45-30) were second quarter. We were 26-20 at the end of one, Seattle. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. And some of the strategy noticed it first, actually. Timothy Morton, he went for 11 in a recent game that I had for the strategy. Seeing him for one of the few times tonight. That basket underneath by Curtis Carter. Carter's had a couple of important buckets for the strategy to sort of, they're not even really in striking distance, but just don't completely fall off the ledge distance. It's a big shot there. And a tough jumper on the other end will go and count for two. And that makes it 47-32. Griffin on the way down the lane, stopped, fumbled it, got it back. High screen pick and roll with Morton down the lane. And this is a guy that the strategy can rely on. Tim Morton, he's a load. And he converts there, and he'll go to the line for one more in a 47-34 game. Morton went for 11 points and 7 rebounds in the third meeting for Bellevue against Base Hill. He's out of Greenbelt, Maryland. He went for 15 points in each of the first 2 games against Base Hill. 13 boards in game 1, 11 rebounds in game 2. It hasn't been a factor. Haven't seen him much tonight until this sort of mid-second quarter. But he converts on the three-point play, cuts it to a dozen the margin. 47-35, Seattle with the lead. That's a walk every time out. And that's good defense that time by the Bellevue strategy. So maybe the strategy can try to ride the wide shoulders of Tim Morton here in this second quarter and fight their way back in this game. Or maybe Griffin can keep doing what he did early. He'll draw a crowd inside and contact all the way down the back half of the paint and get to the line. Griffin spent time at the University of Texas, Permian Basin. He's out of the far western side of the state of Kentucky, Paducah. He goes 0 of 2 at the line. Lavelle Smith rebounds. Haven't heard much of Smith after that breakout first quarter that built the huge lead for Seattle. There's a 3 left wing. The Reign just pouring it in from deep and back to a 15-point spread at 50-35. Deidre Miller-Baker trying for the equalizer. Can't find the range. And Seattle quickly back up floor. Better get rid of that basketball on the sideline. They do. Now a little more open out of the corner. A measured 3. That's good too. 53, and Seattle continues to pull away from the Bellevue strategy here in quarter 2. And another takeaway by the Reign, although Griffin got it right back for Bellevue and going to score 2 right at the rim. Long launched 3, that one off the mark from Smith. That one a little ill-advised, I would put in that category. 53-37, second quarter from the Kent Commons Triangle Media, bringing you the PBA by 1891 as Griffin checks the clock before he takes off right side of the lane. How about that? Straight up stuff block to take us to the locker rooms.
When I came home from prison in 2001, I had a tough time finding a job. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? When you get to that part of the application, your heart starts beating fast, your hands become sweaty. It doesn't matter your education or work experience. That's gonna be the determining factor.
What up, man? What up with you?
What's up with you?
Nothing, man.
How you get it, man?
Regular military, got no size.
Fade size. I would fill out an application and they tell me that they're not hiring, but they got now hiring signs on the window.
Did that make you go back to doing some of the things that you were doing before?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they forced you to.
Set up. Right?
It's like set up. It's systematically set up for you to have to go back. I was 3 years old when the U.S. Marshals came, beat down the door, and got my dad. Maybe like 5 the second time. I just kept asking my mom, like, yo, where's my dad? Where's he at? He would tell my grandmother, I'm not trying to do that no more. I'm trying to get my life right.
What up, boy? What's up with you, boy? Good to see you. Good to see you, man.
Being a barber changed my dad. Being able to have a community that he can turn to when he needed something, that helped him a lot.
That was a hard moment for me last week.
All those ups and downs that you've been through, to look at you now, I'm so proud of you. I'm happy to call you my dad, man.
What you just said right there is what it was all about. Everything that I've done was for that. Now I can retire. So I can retire now. Old man still got it.
Ooh, now that look good, man.
(53-37) Seattle. We start the third. Damian Fulp back out there. He's used up the dribble with the handoff, gets the ball back. Strategy a little more challenging in their opening defensive stand here in this third. Rebound knocked away from Moon, but gathered in by Carter. Bellevue on the doorstep, score down low. Deidre and Miller-Baker with that hoop. 53-39. Fulp on the sideline. Challenging three for Smith. That one doesn't fall, but another loose ball ends up in the hands of a Seattle player. They'll turn it over right after that, though, and the strategy with it back. Carter, where is that pass going? Nobody home on the far wing, and he threw it out of bounds. That second quarter scoring saw Seattle outscore Bellevue 27-17 to lead 53-37 at the break. Now up 53-39. We are early third. Thrilled to bring it to you. Here's the calendar's turn to August in this second PBA by 1891 season. Nice backdoor cut and a lead pass underneath. That was pretty. On the dish underneath. And even Lavelle Smith going to point to the teammate who got him to the free throw line for a couple with a great pass on the bounce. Smith with a 17-point first half. Can't add one there. PNW Vets having another good season here in this Western Conference. Smith can't connect at the line. He's left a couple on the table there, but boy, he hasn't done much else that's not pleasing to the eye tonight. Here's Morton in the paint, left-hander, tough, no good. Rebound volleyed around. Miller-Baker went after it, ends up in the hands of a Strategian. How's that there? Morton underneath, put it up, and no good. Morton again, fights another one, no. Moon volleys it up, but there may have been a foul before that Moon putback. And I would think Morton's going to the free throw line, and he will. And you put Timothy Morton in a ball game, good things happen for your ball club. Morton went to Oklahoma City Community College and now playing here in the state of Washington. And he brings the strategy to 40. They trail by a Baker's does. We're in the third. Second one for Morton. Yep. Lead is 12. Fulp stutter steps as he comes across the timeline. Curtis Carter's had a hard time defending Damian Fulp. It's almost like Fulp with that little shifty ball handling can take Carter off the dribble, especially going right. Now it's in the hands of Lavelle Smith. He's tightly guarded by Miller Baker. Fell all the way to the baseline, came across, back out, Fulp open three over the oncoming Carter, missed the shot. Another offensive rebound. That's been one of the big stories of this game for Seattle. Fulp will measure the three, doesn't take many of those, but he cans that one. Damian Fulp, after spending some time at the University of Anchorage in Alaska, and it's 56-41, and three more the other way, 56-44. So we trade triples. Fulp on a dump-off pass and crunched inside is Kershawn Cole. And the Pierce College product will end up at the free throw line for the Seattle Reign. Fouled by Morton. Trying to add on to a 12-point lead here in the third. 26-20 Seattle at the end of one. 53-37 Seattle at the break. Cole can't hit at the line. Strategy need one of those runs where they get some transition baskets and quick turnovers. Cole makes one of two and put the Reign at 57. That jumper didn't fall and out of bounds. They'll say possession to Seattle. But the strategy just haven't been able to get any kind of flow in this game. I mean, really, their biggest run was the first quarter when they jumped out to that early 6-point lead. That guy has been a problem. No good on the triple that time. Morton rebounded the miss and gave it out to a point guard. Miller Baker on the move down the lane, backing down his defender, couldn't finish, and a lot of stuff inside not falling for Bellevue. Here's Lavelle Smith the other way, tried to go Euro step through a double team, lost the basketball, but a fortunate bounce to a teammate who put it in, and it's now 59-44, a 15-point lead. Miller Baker again couldn't finish point blank. The tip doesn't go either. One knocked off the window. Fulp ends up with it, and Seattle now with numbers. Stop and go move on Morton. Help defense came, albeit late. Underneath, Seattle tried to fight one up. No whistle on him, possible up and down. Fulp ends up with a loose ball, and Seattle continues with a long shot from Cole that goes in and out. Morton cleans that. Third quarter, and that's just a lazy turnover right there for the strategy. Without numbers, Seattle going to take advantage anyway and go to the hole and score. A microcosm of the game right there on that possession. Back to work here in this third at 61-44. Griffin powering his way to the paint. Bellevue with Chris Davis out there. Miller Baker's pass is taken away. 2-on-1 and look out here in the open floor. Nice defense by the strategy to get back by Griffin. And really nobody for Bellevue has broken out and scored a ton of points, but Chris Griffin continues to be in the mix of a lot of good things for the strategy. Davis off the mark from three, doesn't go. And Chris Davis out of North Little Rock, Arkansas, with the basketball for the strategy. In the paint, shot, no. Morton to put back, yes, that'll fall for his first of the night. And bring Bellevue to 46. Spent some time on the western side of the state of Illinois. There's a town over there called Belleville. I'm getting my vills and views mixed up tonight. Seattle can't finish inside, wanted a foul, never got it. Davis at an outlet, cross court. Here's Morton on the run. Tried to feed a teammate, Miller Baker, and deflected out by the rain.
Tour be lit. First of all, to even be on tour, you gotta be one of the super duper flies.
People in Atlanta, they love Slutty Vegan, but like outside of Atlanta, it's crazy.
The adrenaline rush that you get from it is amazing.
We do celebrity events, casting calls, video shoots.
When they say it's fresh and ready to go, like it's fresh and ready to go. We do it all ourselves. No machines, no nothing. We literally just got flat tops, grills, and fryers.
Being on the road and being on tour specifically, it's like you're a celebrity.
Been to Boston, Tampa, Alabama a few times, North Carolina.
The fact that we are able to travel together is like a whole different relationship.
I like to call us like we're like Fast and Furious, right? Like it's, you know, we're on the road. We're not in expensive cars or muscle cars, but we're in a big giant yellow truck.
If somebody's got it and they're special and you see it and you want to work somewhere where you can just be yourself, this the place. We make good tip money. You get to meet all types of people and it's fun.
Off the inbound. Morton out of the corner underneath the Kari Faison. Flip a shot inside to Miller Baker, who connects. And for everything that's been difficult tonight for Bellevue, they're within striking distance at 13. That doesn't sound all that great, but they've spent most of this game trailing by double digits. Now they've got the basketball back and a rebound from Miller Baker. Up floor, Faison got a challenge to take the basket. And all of a sudden a little life out of Bellevue, and the strategy have it down to 11. Seattle though underneath. Morton trying to be a rim protector, not on that trip. Good offensive effort by Seattle to challenge inside on Tim Morton. Three out of the corner, no good. Rebound slapped off the floor. Rain pick it up, and Seattle comes the other way in the third. $63-50. Seattle Reign going a little deeper in their bench tonight than when I saw them earlier 3 weeks ago against the PNW Vets. I'm surprised they didn't call that trip. They just call a turnover by the Reign and strategy get it back. Well, Bellevue will bring it ahead here in the third. Trying to steady the ship here, down 13, now 11 on that basket. Seattle the other way quickly. In on Faison, shot through him, no, but a foul. Nope, it's just going to be ball strategy on the sideline. Well, Seattle's just kind of built this double-digit lead, and it's hung there. And the strategy haven't been able to do anything to really challenge and sort of make you feel like they're back in the game within striking distance. The good news is there's still time with over an entire quarter left in the contest. But after leading early by 6 and that whole lead evaporating within that same first quarter and eventually trailing by as many as 8, really not much has changed as far as the way the game has looked and the feel that it's had since that point. I mean, and actually you could make the argument it's gotten worse for Bellevue as the lead is for Seattle has ballooned from certainly that 8-point advantage and hung more so around the 11 to 13-point range. Seattle in the forecourt against Chris Davis. Shuts off the ball handler. Now left side. Strategy trying to defend on the sideline with Curtis Carter, but instead a 3-ball by Seattle. It's 66 to 52. Morton up top. Trying to look inside, can't get it in there. Good tight defense by Seattle. Morton lob across the top. Carter on the move. Could have taken it with a right hand flip and good. So he's got double digits. Back to a margin of a dozen. Davis defending on ball. Morton with an easy takeaway there as he anticipated that pass nicely. So here's sort of an extra possession. What do they do with it? They want three, they get none. Yet, tip, no. Another loose ball, hand fighting for it, forced it in and out again. That's the kind of night it's been for Bellevue. Point blank, nothing goes. And when they get seemingly opportunities, they just can't find the bottom of the net. Another turnover that doesn't cost Seattle, and a miss by Carter. The other way for the Reign. Right of the lane, dump off pass, trying to work inside on Morton. Trying to back him down. That's a big ask against a big man, and Morton cleans that board off the miss. The other way, Bellevue. The trailer is Davis. The three's in the air, and he's got it. Chris Davis connects, and that makes it a single-digit margin at 66-57 as we are late in the third. Didn't see Chris Davis at all the first time I saw the strategy in that earlier matchup against the Base Hill Bullies. And if Bellevue wanted a chance, they've sort of got it right here. Another turnover, another possession. Here they climb it a 2-on-2. Curtis to the trailer, in the lane, the finish. And Faison makes it 59 now for Bellevue, 66 for Seattle. A 7-point game in the third. Lavelle Smith back to Old Steady. No good on that shot. Rebounded by Faison. Big opportunity for the strategy here. Tried to creatively spin a bounce pass through traffic. Didn't work. Smith against Morton. He tried to get creative as well. That didn't work either. And here comes the strategy quickly the other way to 3-on-2. Now it's hot potato time. Ball into the timeline. Kicked around. Seattle with a 4-on-2. They want 3 out of it. Smith knew it was off. They get an offensive rebound. Put back, crunched inside on a whistle. And free throws coming up. Those were a couple of ugly possessions on both ends. But through all of that, Bellevue has closed the gap to as close as they've been in a long time. That free throw, good on the left end of the floor. They had it down to 28-23 earlier in the second. They fall a little shy of that here, sitting currently down by 8. And now 9. So 68-59. Miller Baker trying to deal cross lane. Faison forced a shot. Fulp ended up with it. Rockets a pass at an outlet, all alone on the offensive end, and the throwdown. And Seattle has built again a double-digit lead of 70-59. 3 ball, another one from Chris Davis. That's his second.
You see, black people have always needed a place to gather since the beginning of time. To build, to reflect, to inspire, to connect. They say if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. See, in continuing to fight for our lives to matter, we must have a place to gather. To write a chapter, enjoy the laughter, think and capture, sharpen our skills until they master. Not only a place to fraternize, but to strategize and analyze and advertise and sometimes just fantasize. See, there's a certain brilliance that only comes from the collective. One for all and all for one is the objective. You get the message. See, we've always needed a place for like minds to collide and unlike minds to gain a better understanding of the other side. You know the vibe. You may want to switch lanes and you need a place to pick brains and network with big names. The level up is insane. The true meaning of for us, by us, with us, grown by us, stories told by us, shown by us, loaned by us, so it's always owned by us. Somebody better write a song about us. We all we got. We all we got. So meet me down at the gathering spot.
8 the difference here in Kent, Washington tonight. Chris Davis to Morton. (70-62). Davis on the deck, pounds it off the floor with the right hand, gets in the paint. He's hit a couple of threes tonight. Here's Javonte Jones, who's had a quiet night and the ball out of bounds, but will keep it right here as Seattle can't hang on to it. Jones traveled out of that corner. But when you exude so much energy and time trying to battle your way back in a ball game, turnovers like that just demoralize you. Lavelle Smith somehow got rid of that basketball before he got mugged in the paint. Not sure how that happened. Strategy end up with a loose basketball. Morton wants the pass, doesn't go to him. Instead, Miller Baker finishes. He's got 8. And it's 70-64 now, as Seattle has seen this lead dwindle to 6 and maybe fewer here. Jones down the lane, stripped on the way in, and a foul or just a turnover. I'm going to say knocked out of bounds by Seattle, at least the way one official was pointing. And the strategy will get the basketball back. No turnover. 70-64 is where we sit. Garrett Moon coming back in for the strategy. A lot of substitutions here on this exchange. They get it into Griffin. Well, he had a shot at a reverse layup, didn't take it. Underneath, here is Moon. Great pump fake. Great recovery defense, though, by Seattle, and they get a block down low. Now the other way. Seattle lose it on the way in. Morton left the basketball in play. Picked up by the rain. Couldn't finish. Outlet off the rebound by Moon. All alone in the open floor is Carter. He'll take it home and score. He's got a dozen, and Bellevue is within 4. Closest they've been since the first quarter when they blew a 6-point lead and trailed by 6 at the end of 1. Fulp for 3, and it's massive for Seattle. (73-66) fourth quarter. Griffin across the baseline. Fulp flipped it back in play. It's in the open floor and a runaway layup, and 2 more the easy way for Seattle. And when you had it down to 4, a couple of turnovers don't make life any easier, but Curtis Carter drills one from perimeter. And it's 75-69. Strategy have done a whale of a job. That's a 2-ball, they call it. 77-69. Shot out of the corner. Seattle's done a little better tonight at that sort of mid-range jump shot. That's kind of a lost art in this sport. It's either at the rim or a 3-point shot. That's where the game lives these days. That sort of 8 to 13-footer, you don't see that much anymore. Fulp couldn't follow, but the foul, I think, came before that. And really, Seattle's hit a lot of those type of shots tonight. Those sort of tweener shots. So you do that, you win the hustle battle, you get to more 50-50 balls. All that sort of adds up. But the strategy deserve a ton of credit for battling back here and even being in the game. Free throw by Wells. Makes it 80-69. And it's just got to be so disappointing when you're the strategy and you work all that hard and you have it at one point just recently down to 4, and now you look up and it's like, man, it's back to 11. And now 12. And that means one of us can't do math because now it's at 10. 10's still worse than 4. Here's Moon. Down the lane he'll go. No good. Rebound down to Lavelle Smith. He'll take it. Have a hard time with it. Feather a pass back out to Wells. For Smith for 3 out of the corner. It's strong. Over the top, grabbing that rebound over a shorter guy. There's a flop job by Chris Davis defensively. Did he buy a charge? I think he did. Offensive foul, and Chris Davis a heck of a job down there in the post against a much taller guy and getting the call. Morton looking for somebody to get the inbound to. He eventually gets it to Moon, and he'll walk it ahead. Moon stutter steps up to the elbow. Carter, well, he has been good when they have needed him. Carter with an 18-point ball game, and it is a 7-point game here in the fourth. Wayne might just be in for a good finish tonight. Seattle tough on the reverse take and putting that one home. Philip Davis. Carter out of the corner. Another three. And another one from Chris Davis. Boy, they put him in the ballgame at the right time. It is 81-75 here in the fourth quarter. And a whistle and a stoppage as one of the Reign players fell down. Get things sorted out. Damian Fulp. He's had a relatively quiet game. But he's one of the guys that's going to touch the basketball a lot. And Krishan Cole, well, they don't ask a lot out of him, but he'll nail that one. 84-75. Carter lost it, trying to come down the lane. Morton picked it up, drew a crowd, went up, and what do we got? Held ball. It's going to be a jump ball. And well, this will favor Tim Morton, you would think. You see Curtis Carter there on this right side sideline pleading his case after that contact that jarred the ball free. Anthony Grandberry in for the Reign. Morton will tip that ball. Picked up, couldn't finish at the rim. Morton another crack at it, he will finish. Fulp driving on Davis. We're in the fourth, we're in Washington. This Northwest divisional matchup. Stutter step move up top. Philip Davis gives it to the trailer. Smith has been good all night. Wants three more on the move and just straight drills it for Lavelle Smith, who's got 20. Boy, have we seen some tough shooting tonight for Lavelle Smith. And making shots like that look rather easy. Moon down the lane too strong. Fulp rebounds. He's got Smith with him. Fulp gives instead near side. This is Granberry for three. And that one off the mark. Davis rebounds that. Davis quick into the three. That's no good. And saved in by Seattle. We've been empty the last couple of trips. Fulp calls for the ball and gets it. We're in the fourth. Reign trying to get to 2 and 2. Fulp solid from perimeter. And his last couple of exchanges has spread this thing back out for Seattle. Carter on the move. Step back behind the foul line, good for two. We've seen some really athletic moves tonight. And they've looked good. Sometimes guys will try some of the stuff we've seen tonight. Give me a break with Lavelle Smith. Three more, none of them easy. And guys just don't look comfortable when they try some of these high degree of difficulty shots, I'll call them. Davis has played really well tonight. Chris Davis there, 3 in black for the Bellevue strategy. Ball run down by Seattle out of the corner, forcing another three, and boy, just pouring it in now here in the fourth.
What happens when everything we know about something changes? I tell people all the time, this is the best American story you never heard.
We're out hitting the pavement, talking to restaurants, talking to bars.
I don't think of myself as a whiskey salesperson. I want you to know his name.
Drink by drink, we're bringing this story to light.
When we have to step back through the pages of history.
It's so much more than whiskey. It's so much more than a brand. It's a movement.
When we have to make amends and pay respect.
We're honoring the greatest whiskey maker the world never knew, and it's beautiful.
And give credit where credit is due.
Uncle Nearest is the godfather of Tennessee whiskey, and the world needs to know it.
What happens? We do it. Uncle Nearest, it's more than whiskey.
Trying to withstand the three-point assault by the Seattle Reign of the Bellevue strategy. Morton trying for a three of his own, no good. Rebound ripped down by Philip Davis. He's got Smith on the alley-oop try, but he was too deep out of the basket, couldn't get rid of it. And Carter the other way, but he's in a 3-on-3 situation. He'll take it, miss it. Rebound Townsend hand fighting for it. Fulp tried to rip it out of there. Came instead to Davis. Measured the three, never took it. Gave it back to the right side. Townsend up to the elbow. And he'll hoist and miss. But some of these guys have gotten into these high degree of difficulty situations tonight, have looked comfortable and made it look good. 96-79, fourth quarter. Bellevue just not enough in the tank tonight. They'll fall to 2-3. Seattle will get to the 500 mark. Morton takes and misses another three-point shot. Nice little tip on the rebound flip. And Morton obliterated that shot by Philip Davis. Well, when you're going to go in there and 6'9's in the way, you better have a plan. Philip Davis's plan was A, challenge him, and then B, try to get at his grill a little bit afterwards. Neither worked. See what Davis does from perimeter this time with Townsend on him instead. He'll miss that three, short and flat. Carter rebounds. Outlet to Chris Davis. Carter. Nope. And into the guide wire above the basket. 96 for Seattle here. And a comfortable lead here in the fourth. Here's Fulp out of a double team. Nice job to overplay that passing lane for Chris Griffin. And he'll knock down the three ball. But too little too late here in this fourth quarter of a 96-82 affair. Fulp, Seattle Reign, other than the first quarter when they fell behind 17-11, they played a steady, complete basketball game tonight. Never going to be perfect. Let's not go that far. Underneath, Krishan Coles had a pretty good ball game. Nice little lob pass underneath. 98-82. But it's been a, let's put it this way, it's been a better played game tonight than the last time I saw Seattle 3 weeks ago against the PNW Vets. It's been more composed. It's been more controlled. It's looked cleaner. They've continued to be aggressive. They've been first to loose basketballs, a number of sort of extra possessions. Curtis Carter at the line here. He's surpassed the 20-point plateau this evening as he makes that one. Been impressed with Seattle tonight. And it hasn't been a bad game for Bellevue. They had a run there in the third, and then early in the fourth when they closed it to 4. Through all the trouble they were in tonight, 4 in the fourth quarter, that's a ball game. but just not enough in the tank, and that's really when Seattle, right about that time after it was 70-66, there was a sequence of about 10 possessions total combined, and out of the 5, Seattle got the hit about 3 or 4 threes. They try one here out of the corner, that's no good. Mort rebounds that. 98-83, loose ball, Seattle. Why not Lavelle Smith for 2 more? Why not? What a night that young man's had. They get to the century mark tonight, and the Seattle Reign improved to 2-2 on the season with a win here tonight in Kent, Washington. 100-83, your final tonight.